are you, family? Welcome back to my channel, the channel where weebs like me would love for some wholesome interaction with a waifu who cares for my well-being. Now, family, a couple of months ago, within the start of the year, if I remember correctly, an anime titled Bottom Tier Tomazaki aired, and simply put, it's the sort of reverse, right? It's the reverse of the anime series How to Raise a Boarding Girlfriend, or in this case, or in the anime's case rather, it's how to get your game otaku friend who is a boy learn the ways of the game of life, or how to act like a normal, not normal person, but rather a proper person. And I quite like the concept, of it. And something about the series, however, just made me feel like there's something lacking. Maybe it's towards the romance. The development, however, was fine, right? The development was fine, of the main protagonist, that is. But I still can't, I still feel that there's something wrong, and I can't really put my finger on it. Honestly, all of the signs really point to the female lead being the cause, but never mind that. But what I will talk about in the presentation is a manga series with a similar concept, but me liking this one very, very much, and its title is A Saint Joined My Party. Welcome to Puppet. Dang it, my hair. Better put some gel on this next time. Anyway, apparently this manga is a manga with the same author as Tejina Senpai, or Magical Senpai, if you don't know what that is. Okay, it is okay. There's an anime adaptation of it. Please check it out. It's cultured. I love it though. Never surprising to say, I love it. Anyway, the story is about a shut-in weeb named Suo, who's just minding his own business, playing games, just chilling, when out of nowhere someone comes knocking into his room, and this girl, this Bishojo, who he's never met, just shows up and starts playing games with him. And at one point she goes all, "If you ever need help, just say so," and thus concludes the MC to sort of nickname her as a saint, hence the title of the series. Now, the next day we find out that her name is Mikoto, and another way she becomes a sort of quote-unquote saint to the main protagonist's eyes is that she gives out saintly advice, and it becomes this wholesome moment to sort of spread positivity, to spread helpfulness, to spread useful advice to someone such as Suo. And these moments are really the golden times of this series. She just comes to hang out with him and just really, properly interact with him, per se, one could say. And it really does leave a really nice mark to it, towards setting up a possible romantic development between the two, and possible, growth within Suo. Now, as far as I've read, I know that Mikoto is trying to help Suo get more and more comfortable with the outside world, or helping him get over his anxiety and troubles, one that turned him to the need into a need in the first place. My words. All right, now, I think that this one take is, it's one that I preferred more than bottom tier Tomazaki, or bottom tier character Tomazaki. It's this approach into refining or helping a person come out of his comfort zone and become to become proper. Now, from bottom tier character Tomazaki, that anime series, we see the female lead, the female protagonist, using some pretty useful and really effective advice to get the main protagonist Tomazaki to become more than himself, But I feel like because of that, a lot of this sort of narrative effect caused a huge change towards how the story can set up a romantic vibe between them, or so I wished. I'm still confused as to who's the best girl within the series, or if the series itself is heading into some sort of harem, which from the key visual I really thought what it was gonna be, but unfortunately it was it was weird, right? But it is still good nonetheless. Now, this is one good thing, right? This is one good thing that I find about the series. However, what also really treasures it, or it really captures the essence or the goal of that show, is the change and development of the main protagonist Tomazaki, which you can see right here. And yeah, he has a he's gone over a fair amount of change, and it is nice to look at the new him. Now, in Suo's case, however, we do see the saintly advice rack up some effect towards him, but it still does not have that strong lasting effect per se, or in other words, simply put, there are some areas within him that still needs to be polished, especially towards his social interactions. Nevertheless, though, having people around him helps him grow as a person, and that's the part that I really like about the series. In Tomozaki's case, this is really important. In Tomozaki's case, he is growing, right, with the help of the female lead and his own self. It's just him and the given advice towards him to set off the change into becoming somewhat of a better person. And that in itself is not wrong at all. In fact, it's a very nice motive and a very pleasing commitment and change and development towards a character such as Tomazaki, to be able to make him change himself, make the change himself. That's what I'm getting at. And again, the romances are kind of shaky from the anime. I'm still confused as to if it's really real or not. Anyway, back to Suo. Having other female characters with him to help him change is what really sets me to become so invested into this story, into this manga. And speaking of female character leads, or other female leads, she is top tier, and her name is Sakuno. There we go. Sakuno is when Shark Girl Supremacy meets Tsundere Supremacy, and what we get is Tsundere Shark Girl Supremacy. And I absolutely love it. I love it. I absolutely love her addition to the story, because of her spice into the romance of it. She would hang out with Suo and genuinely have fun playing games with him. They get close and it becomes cute. Her whole cheerfulness really adds color to the story. Her retorts or the comedic aspects within her, and even insults, are manageable. The point is that the Gakmo way she portrays is super fine, and her personality does not make the atmosphere seem too stiff, but rather somewhat fun and enjoyable. Maybe too much when she would also make Mikoto sort of jealous. Yeah, there's that. And she's really just wonderful as a person, and I tell you, that smile is just heart melting. Damn, I love it. And I figured, as a manga with the same author as Tejina Senpai, thank God, because from Tejina Senpai there was the scientist character who also has shark teeth, and I love it. Love it. The whole Shark Girl aesthetic placed into this character type and into this setting of a narrative, it becomes so really perfect. And it's perfect to see more to the development between the MC and her, because this type of character, waifu trope and trait is something that just really catches me in my strike zone. Anyway, now that I'm in the topic of Tejina Senpai, I guess I should also talk about the similarities, between that manga and this, specifically towards the ero-ness within it. Yep, definitely it's there, and the art is, it is amazing. Double anyway, while I'm in the topic of art style, the character design of the saint, as you can see from this picture, she has the whole dead or blank eyes expression going on, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful because the other expressions used throughout the series, when she's happy, when she's sad, the comedic moments as well, they still use the same eyes style, and I love it. Triple anyway, while I'm in the topic of comedic moments, yeah, it's there. It's funny, it's funny. And yeah, I guess what makes this a great read for me is that, subtle haremness, and as far as I've read, it's a lot of female characters were introduced. It's a small world. I won't spoil too much as to what that means. And I find it to be quite wholesome, to see these girls help our main protagonist grow, helping him to get less anxious and concerned about the outside world, and just helping him really becoming a better person in more ways than one. Overall, it's a fantastic read. Absolutely love it. Absolutely recommend it. And yeah, hope you do, check it out at least.